illegal immigration. The Republican leadership, some things going on that we want to be sure that you're up to date on. As we've reported to you, the Senate tax bill allows illegal immigrants to continue to claim the child tax credit, and they raised that tax credit to a $2,000 benefit. That's because the taxpayer under that legislation in the Senate doesn't need a Social Security number with which to claim the tax credit as long as their child has one. The House version is stricter and does important things, but nonetheless, it is still a tax credit, requiring the taxpayer, though, to provide their own Social Security number in order to be able to claim the refundable portion of the credit. Joining me tonight, political commentator, best-selling author, syndicated columnist, historic and legendary icon. Good to have you with us. It is, and it's absolutely true. You have been fighting the left in this country for quite a long time now, and with immeasurable success. Obviously, President Trump helped a bit in 2016.
Yes, he did.
Could you have possibly imagined that the president would have achieved what he has in terms of the economy, markets, and rolling back regulation, setting a whole new tone for this country?
What I didn't realize was how real the swamp is. I mean, he is really being opposed by all of official Washington, D.C., which is why it's unfortunate that so many of his appointees are part of the swamp, because they're fighting him. And the media, I hated before. Wow, do I hate them now, until they are utterly discredited.
By the way, look into the camera, because watching you right now are tons of Americans who see it exactly that way. The left-wing media is driving the support of this president, I think, in large measure.
Oh, I totally agree.
He is standing up, despite, as you say, being attacked, assailed every day from every quarter.
Viciously with lies.
I'm sorry?
Viciously with lies. I mean, he's absolutely right on the fake news. I mean, the funny thing, I'm obviously a little testy with him because we don't have our wall yet. But then the media attacks him and they bring me back to defending him.
Right.
You know, I'm like a sitting duck. You could get me to attack him. I'm mad that we don't have a wall. But no, every day it's some outrageously unfair attack and they bring me back in.
Well, you have to, and by the way, I want the wall. I want the wall now. I wanted it actually 6 months ago. Though that may not be realistic, but having the wall next year is definitely realistic. And secondly, you have to credit the Trump administration for having the lowest, I was about to say immigration rate, crossover rate of that border in recent memory. Right.
I mean, what concerns me about that is, I mean, this is why I supported him. I think he's still living off the rhitoric of the campaign. And that was an important campaign.
That's not fair. I mean, we're talking about substantial, concrete, highly specific achievements. And I just enumerated just some of them.
But the fact that fewer illegal immigrants are trying to cross in that is a result of his rhetoric. It is not because we have a wall. He is allowing ICE to do their job. But all of the things that we like that's happening, it goes away like that with the next president. Only a wall is forever. That's why that's what people were chanting.
Did I just hear you hold him not only accountable for his campaign promises to the American people, but for the next 3 or 4 presidents, say, as well?
Oh, for the next millennium.
Yeah, well, I think he's making a pretty good run at it, because he has reversed the course under, you may remember Barack Obama. We were looking into the abyss of that man's leadership.
No, I think that's part of the reason for the hysteria from the left, from the media, from the deep state, from the swamp. They were just about to tip the country. They almost had it.
That's why do you think
4 more years of illegal immigrants and legal immigrants, and the entire country would be the state of California. They could taste it. They were so close. Republicans would be gone, gone, gone. So we really need Trump. I mean, if he wants to...
I'm glad to hear you moving at least in this direction, because...
What direction?
The direction of recognizing that there is no possibility whatsoever that we could have survived another, well, a Hillary Clinton.
But the same is true if Trump doesn't keep his promises.
And that we would not have been able to defeat Hillary Clinton
with anyone but Trump.
That's
absolutely no, and that's absolutely true. No, I have no regret for.
By the way, did you notice?
But he's got to fulfill his
promises.
Growing about. You know. Okay, I want to talk to you about that. You better stop bragging about that because the stock market is going to crash and it's not going to be his fault.
The stock market is going to what? It's going to do. You think it could go down?
I'm on Fox Business where it's all happy talk about what goes up never coming down.
Well, I don't think you could say that's true of the Fox Business Network at all. I think
really?
I think that's an atrocity against truth. But the reality is that I would have to be apprised of what it means to see a market drop 5-6%. Just kidding. And Coulter, consider me sufficiently warned and as well entertained by your most recent visit, which is this one. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks. Be sure to vote in our poll tonight. Do you believe President Trump's historic decision to move the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem is a display of American strength and resolve that could lead to real change in the Middle East? Cast your vote on Twitter at Lou Dobbs. Follow me on Twitter at Lou Dobbs. Like me on Facebook and Instagram, Lou Dobbs Tonight. On Wall Street, stocks closed mixed. Oh, my gosh. You don't believe Ann Coulter knows something, do you? My goodness. The Dow actually fell, down 40 points. The S&P a fraction. There you go again, Ann. And the NASDAQ up 14. What happened? There must be some sort of tension in the world, or a new critter has been discovered in the swamp. Volume on the big board, 3.2 billion shares. A reminder to listen to my reports 3 times a day, coast to coast on the Salem Radio Network, where we never, ever hesitate to remind you the market's up about $6 trillion since President Trump was elected. Up next, wildfires raging across Southern California. We'll have the latest for you.